Hello.
Hello.
This is the Magnet Cast.
This is the Magnet Cast. I am Benjamin Perrin.
And I'm Grace Allison.
I don't know why I said Benjamin.
Yeah, that was not.
That was kind of awkward. My name is not Benjamin. It's Ben.
We're off to a great.
This is a
great start.
This is a good way to start, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm Ben, not Benjamin, and this is Grace.
Yeah.
And this is our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Magnet Cast.
Yeah. Grace,
you want to explain why?
Well, we realized that as a friendship thing,
Amen.
Our friendship is founded on the fact that we're literally the exact opposite from each other, which makes our conversations very interesting.
There's a lot of yelling.
Yes, but we shall not yell.
We're like, you know that feeling when you're 9 and your mommy and daddy just won't stop screaming at each other? That's what our friendship is.
And we thought, why not put it out there for the world to listen to?
Yeah. We thought, hey, maybe you'll be interested in that.
Maybe someone, somewhere.
Hopefully. But that's fine if you don't. It's whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
A little bit about me. I was born in Birmingham, Alabama.
Yay.
Don't make fun of my home state.
I don't care about your home state.
I don't care about you.
Yikes.
And I was basically raised there. I was predominantly raised by my grandparents for like the first part of my childhood because my mom was, getting that college degree.
Amen.
And so that's kind of why I think that I'm very like uptight a lot because my grandparents were very, very strict. And now that I'm raised by my mom, because, she got that college degree, she's like a lot more loose, but I'm still kind of like rigid and things have to be a certain way. And if they're not a certain way, then I'll freak.
Is that an adjective to describe yourself as?
Rigid?
Rigid?
Rigid, yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's...
Do people describe themselves as rigid?
I literally just described myself as rigid. So
yeah,
yes.
But like that's the first time I've ever heard anyone describe themselves as rigid.
I mean, I use that when I'm writing like an essay.
Well, your essays are probably stupid because the word rigid, what does that mean?
It means like you're like, sturdy, rigid, like you're solid.
When I think rigid, I think like, I don't know why. This is weird. When I think rigid, I think like somebody about to run off a cliff and like they stop themselves. And that feeling of looking down in like a cavern and being like, whoa, I almost did that. That's what rigid is in my mind.
That's basically my life.
Is that right?
Just almost running off a cliff, but then like, wait.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Nobody asked. So.
You know what? I don't care.
This is what we mean, by the way. That was a shining example. It's not, okay. It's not that we don't get along, because we do.
Yeah.
And it's not like that we have nothing in common, because we have a lot in common. We just don't agree on anything.
Yeah, we could never come to like an agreement.
Grace, what is better? Right or left Twix?
Left Twix.
Right Twix.
Left Twix.
See?
But we both think that Twix is better than like Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch Kids? Okay. This is a hot topic. If Sour Patch Kids is your favorite candy,
you need help.
You're rigid. All right? You are rigid.
You're rigid.
If Sour Patch Kids is your favorite candy, you should go to that cliff and just look. Contemplate it.
Contemplate jumping. Not saying that you should kill yourself.
No.
If Sour Patch Kids is your favorite candy.
But But
think about it.
Think about your life choices. You got to the point in your life where Sour Patch Kids is your favorite candy. There's got to be something going on.
Someone's going to listen to this and they're just going to feel so called out.
I don't care.
Like,
it's their fault for having... That's their fault for having Sour Patch Kids as their favorite candy.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, what's your favorite candy, Grace?
I don't know. Honestly, it's probably Reese's Pieces. Like, I love Reese's Pieces. Don't look at me like that.
Reese's Pieces?
Yes. Like, because I love peanut butter and chocolate. Like, I love that combo. And I would say that Reese's just in general, but, like, I don't like how the chocolate gets all over your fingers when you eat. Like,
That is annoying.
yeah. And how when you, like, peel off the bottom of the Reese's cup, like, some of it sticks to the wrapper.
Mm-hmm.
That drives me insane.
Yeah. Okay, Reese's Pieces isn't as bad as Sour Patch Kids, but, okay, it's like a B tier candy for me.
Okay, what's your favorite candy?
This is going to sound really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had bottle caps?
Yes, those are amazing.
That is my favorite candy.
Okay. Yeah. I was kind of put on the spot.
Yeah.
So, like, I didn't really get a chance to think about all the candy. I don't know. Bottle caps are really good. I would also say that, like, Butterfingers.
Butterfingers.
Yes.
Butterfingers are, okay. I feel like of all the chocolate bars that you could have, Butterfingers are good, but they're not a Snickers. All right?
I don't really like Snickers.
Get
that
out.
Much.
Go.
I don't like crunchy. Or no, I do like crunchy because Butterfingers, but like
That's literally what a Butterfinger
Yeah.
is.
no, but like the peanuts. Like I like peanut butter and chocolate, but I don't like peanuts and chocolate.
It's like one peanut. And it's got caramel, too.
I don't know. I would rather eat a Twix.
Okay. How many people did I just make mad?
Yeah, how many people are we just like we're
No,
gonna make
no.
some people
I said caramel.
Oh. I say caramel.
I know. But, like, there's a vast majority of people that say caramel because they think they're special or something.
I can't say caramel.
Caramel.
It feels weird saying caramel.
Caramel.
You know how many people I make mad whenever I say the word comfortable?
Comfortable.
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 Comfortable. Did that
It's-
make you uncomfortable? Good.
It like how do people say comfortable?
I'm comfy. Like, oh, that was weird.
Please don't ever do that in my presence ever again.
Oh, that was weird. I didn't like that, actually.
I did not like that either.
Okay, back on candy, because
Mm.
this is important.
This is important?
Yes, it's very important.
Are you sure?
Do you think it's not?
I mean, I don't know. Candy's not really like a big part of my life. Like if I had to choose like any sort of like sweet thing, my first thought wouldn't be candy.
See, I'm the opposite, because I don't really like sweets all that much.
See, I love sweets.
I don't really like sweets all that much. But candy is like where I make an exception. I don't like cake. I don't like pie.
Oh, I love
I don't
cake and
like
pie.
Little Debbie's. Like, I don't like any of them,
I don't
really.
like the Little Debbie's. They're kind of like a overload. Like I feel like I'm gonna get a cavity from eating like
Yeah.
one.
I don't like snack foods. But candy, and only certain types of candies, I love those. I'm passionate about
See,
those.
I'm the exact opposite. Like
Of course you are.
I love sweets, like just in general. Like I'm obsessed. But I like my first thought is like cake or
Cake?
pie. But like
Hmm.
candy, I don't know, candy's just kind of like it's not that impressive. It's
Not that
like
impressive.
yeah, like it's kind of like I get candy like so much that it's just like
You need a
eh.
break.
Yeah.
I feel like hop off candy for a while and then get back on. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
It's like when you eat, especially when you eat the same candy, like every time you get candy, it's always the same. You need
Yeah.
to stop getting that candy and get something
Yeah.
else.
Like you've seen my cupboard. Like we have so much candy
Oh my god.
at my
dude.
house.
I went to your house
Yeah.
and when I saw that candy corn bag, I like cried. I love candy corn.
Yeah, candy corn is like up there.
A lot of
No,
people don't like
do you
candy
know what's
corn.
better than candy corn though?
Hmm.
The little candy corn pumpkins.
Oh, those are really good.
Oh my god, those are so good. Those
See-
are my favorite.
A lot of people don't like candy corn.
I don't know why.
It like I watched a video recently and apparently candy corn is like up there for people's least favorite Halloween candy.
Really?
And I think I get why. Because when you eat candy corn, you can't eat too much.
Oh yeah, you can't
Like,
eat too much.
You have to take it slowly. You can't just get like a handful of candy corn and swallow it all, or you're gonna get sick.
Except for if you're Ben.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah.
But I'm the one exception. Candy corn is
I'm
something
special.
that shut up. Candy corn is one of those things that you have to like take slowly, you know?
Yeah.
So, okay, hot topic. I
Mhm.
also in that same video I watched, apparently people really hate banana Laffy Taffy.
I like banana. Laffy
Specifically
Taffy.
banana.
Specifically banana?
Yeah.
Why?
That's like one of my I love banana Laffy Taffies.
It's one of my favorite flavors of Laffy Taffy. Like I wouldn't say it's like
Me
my
too.
favorite. I think like the pink lemonade one.
What?
Yeah, have you never had that one?
I don't like pink lemonade flavored anything.
I love pink lemonade. Like I'm obsessed with pink lemonade. Like
Okay.
I love
Back
pink
on
lemonade.
topic.
But like I don't know. I wouldn't say that I don't like it though. Like I'll eat it. Like it's good. I would say that like the strawberry one is gross though. I don't like
I love the strawberry one.
No, I don't like the strawberry one.
Hmm.
But I don't really necessarily like I like Laffy Taffy, but like I can't eat a lot of it because it like gets stuck in my teeth.
Okay. So let's move off candy.
Yes.
I should probably introduce who I am.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Ben. I was born in a place called Dyersburg, Tennessee.
Never.
Of course you haven't, because nobody has. I didn't live there long though. I moved around. I think I was 9 months old when I moved, and then I moved to Connecticut, and then I moved to Seattle, and then I moved to Hawaii, and then I moved to Georgia, and Connecticut, and Georgia. I've moved 9 times in my life.
That's impressive.
Is that impressive?
I mean, I wouldn't say impressive in the good way. Like-
How is it impressive in a bad way?
I mean, it's not good or bad. It's just kind of like impressive.
I don't think so. I think it just is kind of a thing that happened.
Oh.
It's because my dad's in the military. So, if
Yeah.
you are a military kid, then you understand you have to move a whole lot. My favorite place I ever lived is actually here.
Why?
White County, Georgia.
Why?
It's actually, this is going to be a really hot topic for all of our White County listeners.
You've said hot topic like 10 times.
Because I live there. I don't actually, but it's a store.
Oh.
Wow. I saw the puzzled. If you could have seen her face, she was like so confused. The store.
I was like,
Hot topic.
hot topic?
I don't actually live there.
I'm confused. I forgot that it was a store.
But the reason I say it's a hot topic is because people from White County are very adamant about how they dislike White County.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's everywhere.
Yeah.
I feel like no matter where you go, people are going to hate it because they've never been anywhere else. So they
That's
don't
true.
have anything to refer it to.
Yeah.
So White County this is definitely going to be controversial. It has the nicest people of anywhere I've ever lived.
I can also agree with that. I mean, I haven't obviously lived as many places as you, but like when I compare Birmingham to Cleveland and just White County in general, the people are just so much nicer.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it's like a city thing or like a country thing. or like a small-
hospitality.
Yeah, like no, because Birmingham's in the South. But like I think it's like a small town thing. I think living in a
Maybe.
small town, there aren't as many people. And so everyone's just kind of like, you can't really hate people in a small town. Like, I don't personally hate people. Like, I don't see the point in hating people.
Yeah.
Like, there are people that I like dislike, but I wouldn't say that I hate anyone.
Mhm.
And I think that when you're in a small town, since there aren't that many people and you're around them like so much, that it's just kind of like be nice or get over it, you know?
Right. Well, my take on it is that I think it just depends. 'Cause there's always going to be like those people that everyone like, there's always going to be a person that you dislike, and you're always going to be disliked by someone.
Oh yeah.
There's no helping that. And I feel like people have a select group of people that they have in mind when they think people aren't nice here. But they also don't realize the vast majority of people are friendly
Yeah.
because they're just so stuck on the negatives of that select group of people when they're not considering that a lot of people are nice, but it just gets blocked out by everyone else. So
And then you also have like the whole, when you think of White County, you think of like Yibos and
yeah,
rednecks. And then you just kind of assume that everyone here is like redneck Southern. But
not that there's any problem
no,
with redneck
like,
Southerns.
I have a lot of like redneck friends, and they're like really cool people, and it's interesting to talk to them
Yeah,
because like I for one have never been hunting, but like I would want to go, and I
Yeah.
like hear their hunting stories.
I'd try anything once.
Yeah, and so, but like at the same time, we have so many different like types of people
hmm
in White County that I think it's just kind of overlooked.
Yeah. I think it depends on where you're at in White County too.
Mhm.
Because for those that don't know, there are multiple cities in White County, but most notable,
There are just two, right?
are there?
Yeah, Cleveland and Helen.
Oh. Well, I don't freaking know, man.
I think I might be wrong.
Yeah, don't quote us on that. But personally, it really just depends on where you're at because one of our cities in White County, Helen, Georgia, where I live, is the third most visited state. Not, oh man.
Third most visited.
Welp, that was something that is going to be on the internet.
Third most visited city in
Yep,
Georgia?
that's what I meant to say.
Is that what you were gonna? Okay.
That is exactly what I meant to say. But I said state
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a dingus. But Helen is the third most visited state. Not, I said it again. Why did I do?
Helen is the third most visited city in the state of Georgia.
Thank you. It's not the third most visited state. It's not a state. It is the third most visited city in America. Not America.
We're just gonna move on. It is the third most visited city in the state of Georgia.
Thank
there
you.
you go.
And I just think that's interesting.
Yeah.
But it's weird because I feel like for the locals in White County, Cleveland is more prominent than Helen.
Yeah, I would say, because I live in Cleveland.
Yeah, most people do.
So I know whenever I want to like go hang out with my friends, we go to either the square. If it's a nice day, we go to the square and walk
Which is
around.
a place in
Yeah,
Cleveland.
it's a place in Cleveland. It's like the little like shopping area of
Mhm.
Cleveland.
It's the hangout area.
Yeah. Or we go to Walmart. Like, because Walmart is like a fun place. When you live in a small town, Walmart is the place to hang out.
I've heard so many people say that.
Yeah, it really is. Like,
So many people hang out at Walmart.
you do. You go and you just goof off and hang out at Walmart.
I'm sure the employees love you
Oh, yeah. Well, we buy stuff too. Like, we're buying stuff.
as long as you're giving them money.
Yeah, they can't get mad at me as long as I'm buying something.
And that is not true.
But like I wouldn't think to go to Helen to hang out, even though that's where like everyone else wants to go.
It's weird, right? Because
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a good judge of this because I literally live there.
Yeah.
Helen is one of those places that it's very pretty and I think it's a really fun time if you've never been there before.
Oh yeah.
I think there's a lot to do in Helen,
Mhm.
but a lot of it is very touristy.
Yep.
It's a tourist trap, basically.
It really is.
And everything's really expensive there. So I feel like for a lot of people, they stay away from Helen
Yeah.
because if you grew up here, then I'm sure you've already done everything there is to do in Helen.
Yeah.
And so Cleveland is more of the traditional hangout zone because it's not nearly as expensive and there's not nearly as many tourists there. Sorry. It's more familiar to people, I feel.
Yeah. Like I know that when we first moved up here, Helen was like we lived actually in Helen like the first couple of months that we like lived up here.
Mhm.
We lived in Helen and it was over the summer and we never wanted to experience that ever again. So we moved out of Helen. But like that was like what was really cool because I had never experienced Helen before. But then after like 2 weeks, it was kind of like, oh,
I feel like a lot of that though is because you've never lived in a city before.
me?
Yeah.
I literally grew up in Birmingham.
Is Birmingham like a
It is-
skyscraper kind of city?
Yes.
It is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It kind of looks like Atlanta.
Really?
It's a little bit smaller. I wouldn't say it's as big. It's one of the smaller cities, but it is very much a city. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people haven't though. And when they
Mm-hmm.
move to a place like Helen, it's like, because Helen's not like, you're not going to find skyscrapers in Helen, but
Yeah.
it is heavily populated. So
Well, when I say how like we didn't. Oh, okay. Wait, that was not English. When I
Good job.
say that we didn't want to experience that again, when you live in Birmingham, it's a different kind of busy. It's a rush hour busy. It's a city busy. Like everyone's trying to get to work, but then like during the day, it's not really that active.
Mhm.
Especially if you live in Homewood, which is where I lived, which is like a suburban neighborhood. And so there wasn't like a lot of like traffic and like what you experience in Helen. It's not a tourist trap.
Mhm.
So it wasn't busy all the time, 24/7. So like during the day, it was kind of calm.
right.
But then we lived in Helen and it was like people everywhere all the time. And we were just kind of like, we moved up to the country to get away from the city. We're going to go live in Cleveland.
Yeah, Helen is it's definitely busy and there are definitely people that are annoying there. There's a lot of drunks.
Mm-hmm.
They have a serious alcohol problem. Like I'll walk down the street and I'll find like 5 bottles. But I enjoy living in Helen. I think it's nice there. I think it's really pretty. I feel like it is a very specific taste though. And if you don't have that taste, then it might not be for you.
Yeah.
So that's Helen.
Yeah.
I feel like we should fill you guys in on something.
Right.
Right before the podcast, me and Grace had an argument about what we should call the podcast.
Yep.
Because we already knew that we were going to call it The Magnet
Yeah.
something.
Credit to me for coming up with that idea.
Yeah. I came up with the whole opposite attracts idea, but she called it The Magnet, which is totally you. But
yeah, give me that credit.
she just wanted to call it The Magnet,
Yeah.
which I think is weird.
Why? I don't understand that. Like, it's just the magnet.
Because it's weird. It's a podcast.
Okay, but like when people like I don't understand, they'll see it under like the podcast section.
Yeah, I know, but like,
So they'll know it's a podcast already. Like they aren't gonna click on it and be like surprised that it's a podcast.
I know, but like, if you hear The Magnet, I don't know, like that. I feel like it's not that they'll not know it's a podcast. I just think you're not branding it correctly.
Okay. I'm completely fine with calling it the Magnet Podcast.
No.
But I don't this is what he wants to call it. The Magnet Cast.
Yes.
I don't like that. It makes it sound like a cast that you put on like a certain part of your body.
There are so many podcasts that are called The Blank Cast.
I don't like that. That just kind of makes me like visualize like somebody in a cast.
Well, maybe that could be our logo.
A magnet in a cast.
Yes. No, a guy in a body, like a cast, like a full body cast, but he's just got a magnet like on his face or something.
No.
Perfect logo. If you see that in the video right now, you know.
Somebody. If we want to go with that, which I'm completely fine with calling it the Magnet Cast, whatever,
Yeah.
we could draw like a little magnet, and the magnet's in a cast.
Okay, whatever you say. I'd rather have a full body cast with a magnet on his face, but
My mom's calling me. I just hung up on her.
wow.
That's like a thing that moms do.
Yeah.
They always call you at like the worst times.
Yeah. That's very unprofessional, Mom.
Gosh. I literally texted her like 5 minutes before we started. Hey, I'm about to film my podcast. don't call me. I'll be home late.
What a silly goose. So yeah, this is the Magnet Cast,
Sure.
which my co-host is not very happy about. But I think she'll get over it.
Whatever. So I guess we should probably explain how we became friends.
That's an interesting story.
That is a hot topic right there.
That's a very
There
hot
was
topic.
so much drama
Yeah.
about us becoming friends.
Yeah. Not even us, like, specifically. It was just, there was just a lot of drama
There's
there
just
in
a lot of
general.
drama, yeah.
So, for those of you who might not know, me and Grace here are in the White County High School theater production
Ooh, we're
group.
theater kids.
We are theater kids.
You're a techie.
Yeah, I want to get into acting though.
Uh-huh.
Wow, that was kind of.
I'm kidding. I've actually seen you do a monologue and it's really good. Like
Thank you.
you're really good.
Thank you.
I'm not.
So yes, you are. Me and Grace are in theater, and we met on a theater trip,
Mhm.
or the day before a theater trip.
Day before. Was it? No, I could have sworn we met at one of the rehearsals.
I think it was the day before,
Okay.
or like 2 days before.
Whatever. We met
Something.
in the theater.
I think the first time I ever talked to you was 2 days before.
Yeah, I feel like we probably like had seen each other before. Cause did you ever come to any of the rehearsals?
Not really. I was kind of putting that production like last minute.
Okay. Well, we kind of met because I know your brother. I knew your brother
Yes.
before I knew you.
Nick Perrin.
Nick Perrin. What a man.
What a man.
And I think the first time that we ever talked it was me, you, your brother, and then our mutual friend Colin
Yeah.
Kirkpatrick.
I think Molly was there too.
Was she?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know, I looked at you and then like immediately afterwards I was like, Colin, I'm gonna be friends with that kid. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, it's gonna happen. Like,
Really?
I kid you not. You can ask Colin. I know it may not have been directly after, but I'm pretty sure at some point after we first met, I texted him about you.
That's
I
crazy.
asked him about you. I was like, so this Ben dude,
That's cool.
what? Who is he?
That's weird.
I'm weird.
I think that's just a girl thing. Honestly. Like,
Just a girl thing.
I don't text my guy friends about like, so what's her story? Like, like I don't.
So what's her deal?
So we met the day before a school trip for theater,
Which was GTC,
GTC.
the Georgia Theater Convention Conference.
One of them.
One of those.
Yeah, one of them. Just look it up.
Yeah.
If you really care.
Probably
So
not.
we met there, and I feel like we connected. Like
Mhm.
I feel like we were friends like right off the start.
Yeah.
But we still got into arguments.
Oh yeah. For
But-
sure.
And at the time, I feel like here's my take on it.
Mhm.
At the time, it was a different type of argument because we didn't really know each other as well.
Yeah.
So when we argued then, it felt like an actual argument
Oh yeah.
as opposed to now.
Where we like
We argue, but like
it's for fun.
we never mean anything by
Yeah.
it.
No.
But then it was different because we didn't know each other,
Yeah.
and we just both have that kind of nature where we're more inclined to get into arguments.
Yeah.
But then it was like we were butting heads more than we were like
Mhm.
playfully arguing.
And so GTC was in Savannah, Georgia, which
Mm-hmm.
is like a 5-hour drive from where we are now. Is it 5 hours? It's 4 or 5 hours.
One of them.
And so we sat on the bus together.
Yep.
And just talked like the whole time.
Yep.
It was real friendship bonding
Mm-hmm.
on, let me tell you, that bus ride was probably one of the worst experiences of my entire life.
Why?
Not because of you,
Not because of me.
but because we were on just a regular old-fashioned school bus with no AC
Oh my gosh.
or anything. And by the end of that trip, because it went from like, in the morning it was like nice because it was cold and it was like, a little chilly. I had my
Right.
blanket and I was just kind of warm, and I had my pillows. But then after we got into Savannah, or like a couple of hours out of Savannah, it was so hot on that bus.
Oh my gosh.
It was so hot.
It was like, plus, no offense to any theater kids, y'all's is loud.
Yes.
And like, it's cute and it's funny until you're stuck on a bus with it for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Then it's unbearable.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, I love you guys.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to like put a drill dozer in your mouth or something.
I would back you up with
Yeah.
that. Like, I love all of my theater friends, but when you're screaming lyrics to musicals for like 3 hours, like
Thank
over
you.
3 hours, it kind of gets old.
It really does.
Mm-hmm.
It really does.
And then at one point, I don't remember who, but someone threw up.
I think that was I don't think I should say their name. That might be
No.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
I think I know
Someone-
who it is, but
I don't remember who it was, but
they definitely
someone-
threw up though.
They threw up, which helped so much.
With the smell, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean,
At that point, everyone was sweaty.
and we were
like our
all
legs
together.
were sticking to the seats.
Yeah.
It was gross. It
Ooh.
was ugh. And I had my blanket, and I didn't want to put my blanket on the floor, so my blanket was just kind of like sweaty, and it was not fun.
Yeah. And I think I had worn like a wife beater.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah,
And,
the
like-
flannel and the wife beater.
Yeah, but like it was out of dress code, so I couldn't really take the flannel off. So I was just kind of stuck there
Yep.
with extra clothing on.
Mhm.
So that was really
So
fun for me.
our first day, as I guess we were friends by the end of that trip.
Oh yeah.
I think we were friends before we even got on the bus. Like, I think we were just like,
It was like a weird. It was like a non-announced friendship.
Yeah.
Like I think we both knew that we were friends,
Yeah.
but like we didn't really say.
or at least that we were going to be friends.
Yeah,
And so
we had that connection.
by the end of that trip, or by the end of that like bus ride,
Mhm.
we were for sure like friends.
Yeah, definitely.
And the rest of that trip, we just kind of like hung out together.
Yep.
And for any of y'all that haven't been to GTC, which is probably most of y'all, you go and you perform your play or musical, which is what we did. And then you get to watch other schools
Mhm.
perform their plays or musicals. And I think every single play or musical that we saw, I'm not sure if it was every single one, but I know a lot of them we went and saw it together.
Yeah.
And we would just kind of sit there and make comments to each other.
Yeah, like
If they
really,
were-
really like sly, like I'm better than them comments.
Or if it was really good, because there
Yeah.
were a lot of productions
Yeah,
that
yeah.
made me cry. Actually, one in particular made me cry. But yeah, it was fun. I am definitely going to go to GTC next year.
Yeah, me too.
But that's like how we became friends.
And we'll probably hang out a lot next year
Oh yeah, for
during
sure.
GTC.
Except for you'll be with Molly
Yes.
and I'll be with Josh. If
Is
I
he-
can convince him
I
to come to GTC.
don't know, man.
He doesn't have to be part of the thing.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be a part of it. He just needs
But
to pay like $60
Josh,
something.
if you're listening to this, which I will force you to,
Mm-hmm.
you need to come to GTC next year.
He might be on a date with his kayak. I don't know. So, you want to tell him who Josh is,
Josh?
so they would get that kayak?
Oh
pun?
yes. Okay, so Josh,
Not pun, joke, or whatever.
Josh is my boyfriend. Obviously, I don't know. Actually, it might not have been that obvious. He's my boyfriend. We've been together for a little bit over 3 months now.
Ew.
Shut up. You and your girlfriend are even more disgusting.
Keep going.
Don't even at me. And he is on a kayaking team. Now, when I say kayaking,
Uh-oh.
I don't mean like going down rapids on a kayak, because that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I would do that.
That's
That
fun, yeah.
sounds fun. Like, I love whitewater rafting. So I would for sure do that.
Mhm.
But his is like racing. Like, they're just on a lake racing each other. I don't know. I've never witnessed it. But
You were never there for the unholy act of racing your kayaks.
yeah, like it's basically like track, but like the like track
On
how
a
they like
boat.
yeah, like it's like track where they run and they race each other, but on a boat.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I like to think of it.
Yeah.
And these boats are like $1,000. Like it's ridiculous.
We'll have Josh on one day, so
Oh, yeah.
he'll defend himself
Mhm.
and his kayak.
He can't be here to defend himself in his kayak, but he has practice like every single day, and now he's coaching. Apparently,
Really?
yeah, he's coaching like preteens.
Okay, so back to GTC.
Oh,
Sorry, we veered off a little, but I kind of asked
I
you to
didn't
verve off.
explain the kayak.
Oh, you didn't.
Yeah.
Basically, we think Josh makes love to his kayak. The end. Grace is laughing off mic.
Yep, kayak's name is Gwen.
He named his kayak Gwen, which doesn't really help
Nope.
his case.
Anyways, back to GTC.
So GTC, it was a really fun trip. The production that we did was Star Wars the musical parody.
Which was amazing. I played C-3PO.
Yes. Are you saying the production was amazing or the experience?
Both.
Both.
Do you not think that the production was amazing?
I think is T gonna listen to
I don't know.
T is our theater teacher.
He probably wouldn't care.
Yeah. So
He already hates you.
yeah, he doesn't like me very much.
He's probably gonna hear this and be like,
No offense to T. I think what he did was good,
Mhm.
and I think the decisions that he made with the show were good.
Mhm.
But I think
It could have been better.
I think it could have been better,
Yeah,
and I feel
I
like
see that.
that's fair. I think. That's not me making jabs at him or his production or his show. I'm just saying I think it could have been done a little different.
I mean, I personally feel like I could have done a lot better, but at the same time, I think, okay, so backtrack a little bit. Our lead couldn't go to GTC. I don't know the full story, so I'm not going to try to explain, but he couldn't go. So the guy playing C-3PO got bumped up to Luke Skywalker. If you don't know the character of Star Wars.
Then what are you doing listening to us? Go watch
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Go watch Star Wars, then come back. And so the only person, I don't know, this is my theory on why I got chosen to be C-3PO,
Mhm.
but the only person who knew all of C-3PO's blocking was me, because I was originally R2-D2, the one controlling the robot, because we
Mhm.
had like this little R2-D2 robot. And so originally I was the one controlling that. So before we had the robot built, I just kind of tagged along with C-3PO. So then once we got the robot, I would just know all the blocking. And R2-D2's blocking was just follow around C-3PO. And so I got chosen to be C-3PO, which was interesting. But this also happened like 3 days
Yeah.
before we left for GTC. So I had 3 days to memorize all my lines, memorize the song that I had to sing,
Mm-hmm.
and learn the one scene, the one blocking for the one scene that R2-D2 wasn't in, which is the opening scene.
Right.
Which was very scary because I had never been in a lead before. I think the most lines in a show I had ever had was like 6 words, one sentence in Les Mis. And so this was just kind of intense, especially to be thrown at me
Mm-hmm.
for like 3 days before we performed, because we literally performed like the first day of GTC.
Yeah.
We were like one of the first shows. But I think I wouldn't say that I necessarily did good,
I think you did good.
but thank you. But I think that with the circumstances I was put in, I did a lot better than I expected to.
Yeah, I think so too.
So
It was definitely dropped on you last minute, but
Yeah.
but looking back at it now, I see you more as C-3PO than I do Colin.
yeah,
And personally, I think and I see Colin as Luke, and I see you as C3PO.
Mhm.
That's how I see it in my mind.
Yeah.
So I think the end result was a lot better than
Mhm.
what it was going to be.
I mean, I'm not complaining. It was
Yeah.
amazing to get to play. C3PO is my favorite character in Star Wars.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to be able to play my favorite character.
And with that, I think that's going to be our first episode of the Magnet Cast.
Yeah. Thank you to anyone who decided to listen.
Probably just Molly and Josh.
Yep.
But thank you to you two, and maybe like
Maybe
1 or 2 other people.
3 more people.
We love
My
you.
lunch table.
Yeah, your lunch table.
My lunch.
Hi, Grace's lunch table.
I will force all of them to listen to this.
Thank you. Yeah, we're running on 40 minutes, so we're gonna wrap this up.
Yep.
We love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Don't.
I'm not gonna kiss you anymore. I'm sorry. That was kind of weird.
Yeah. So,
How should we end this?
tune in next time.
That's lame.
Shut up.
Think of something better.
Thank you for listening to our podcast.
That's even more lame. You got worse.
I don't know.
We have to do something like unique.
That was the Magnet Cast.
That's not unique at all. Everybody
It
does
has
that.
our name in it, therefore it is unique.
Nope.
Well, then why not? Since you're the one criticizing my ideas, why don't you do something?
We will we'll do a snap and a clap and say see you next week.
That was awful.
Well, we're gonna do it from now on. You
Gosh,
ready?
Darn it.
See you next week, guys. This has been the
See you
Magnet
next
Cast.
week.
Bye.
Bye.